Richard, there's an irony in having just a few minutes to talk to you about something that took you 12 years to make. On the logistics of it, so it's a movie that 12 years in the making, and you met up with Ella. Was it once a week every 12 years?
No,
Once a year for 12 years?
Yeah, I mean, we shot it roughly every year. We shoot every 6 months to 18 months, but we shot 12 times over 12 years. And yeah, but we lived in the same town. You know, he was like a family member. I would kind of check in with him and see where he was at developmentally. And my own daughter, obviously, is much more close. I always knew where they were at any given time. And, you know, I could work up that year's material around kind of where they were.
Now, the heartbreaking thing, the beautiful thing about the movie, and there's lots of them, is it's the subtlety of the passing of time. And you've captured that in a way that I don't think many filmmakers get to do. The way time passes is so subtle, so gentle, the little differences. So that was very deliberate, that you didn't ever want to put 1 year later on the movie, did you?
No, anything I found that wouldn't work. The transitions were meant to be very subtle and just observational. I didn't want the audience to be led in any way other than their own observation. You know, like you would notice the hair's different, or someone's grown a little, or there's something new, you know, would kind of have the connotation of the passing of time. But I wanted the film to feel like a memory, almost like you're older looking back. And you know, your memory no one throws up a sign or tells you too much. It's all kind of flows. So that's what I was going for.
And I like how you didn't try and make it overly sentimental. The sentiment is there, and the melancholy is there because life is just is melancholic. But there's trauma in his life, but you didn't make it too histrionic. You didn't want him. He takes a lot of all this stuff in his stride, and I guess that's because children are resilient in that way.
Yeah, I wanted to represent that. And it's hard to say what's traumatic. It would be hard to predict, like, oh, something big happens, and it might be traumatic, but little things are traumatic too. Moving, being the new kid in class, is that as traumatic as, you know, so things can be pretty dramatic when you're a kid. On the surface, a lot of the film doesn't look that dramatic, but who knows, you know, like some of it actually is, you know.
Yeah. I also wanted to touch on, in the UK, we don't move around all that much. Like, if you you move an hour down the road, you're not ever too far from your family members. There's a kind of wistfulness and a romance in your movie, because moving across town in America is such a big, vast thing. And you capture that, that wistful feeling of upping sticks, packing your bags and moving on.
Yeah, and leaving friends behind, and you don't really know that as a kid. Like, will we see them again? And you realize, oh, we didn't. You know, those kids were gone from your life, and that's how it felt, you know, when your parents get a new job and you move somewhere. So that kind of uprootedness, you know, I wanted to depict that.
Now, it lingered long in my, I only saw it this week, so it's kind of like it stays with you. When you're making it, when you're editing it, how's the whole process made you feel over the years?
It was great subject matter to hang out with for 12 years. I mean, you pick your subjects carefully, but I knew there would be so much here, not only thinking about childhood, because we all have that, but also thinking about parenthood. You know, there was so much there, and I don't know, there were some deep wells there to always be drawing from, I felt. So it was a good life project. It was about life. It was about these relationships. It's about parents, siblings, just life itself. So it felt like something I knew I would be there for 12 years with.
Are you the Ethan Hawke character?
Not really, no. I mean, I'm a little bit of everybody, probably. Yeah, certainly it was an expression of kind of bumbling through. He's trying to figure out how to, you know, be a dad. And I think every parent feels that way. You know, like you feel like you know something and then you feel like you really don't. So everybody kind of feels that way to some degree, but.
Yeah. Well, it's a testament to Ethan and Patricia that they're able to portray people who change, but again, it's that very quiet little differences as the years roll by. They just show signs of maturity. The theme of responsibility comes up
always,
quite a lot. How much of it do you feel like, did you push on them characters, or did you let them develop? Did Patricia say, okay, this is the kind of woman I think I'd be?
Yeah, no, we talked about it. It was just this active collaboration of where we felt that character was going. And we were always in agreement. We never had an argument. You know, it was always like, well, here's where I see it, and we just kind of build on each other's ideas. That's how I collaborate. And, you know, it is kind of, they both kind of come into their own in their own way. You know, she professionally and academic, you know, she kind of is this kind of great woman on one level, I think, by the end. And he kind of accepts that responsibility. And it's a little sad. He's driving a muscle car and he's got shades on. He's kind of this cool dad. And by the end, he's got the minivan, the new kid, and the mustache and the suit. You know, it's like these subtle things, and who knows about his own dreams for his life. But, you know, life gives you this much.
Who do you want to be, Mason? What do you want to do?